All right, welcome to our post-Summit 2019 team call. I'm super stoked to host this one, you guys. I haven't hosted a team call in a little while, and I don't know if any of you watched my Instagram stories or saw any of our posts from Summit. We were in Indianapolis this last week. It was a frickin' blasty blast. It was a great old time. I came back with such a fire in my belly. Every time I go to Summit, I just come back with this like newfound passion, this newfound fire, newfound clarity for my business, and it never fails to inspire me to want to do more. And in every different season, it's different, right? Like last year when I came back from Summit, I was so committed. I was like, we're going elite. This is the year we're doing elite. This year I come back from Summit and I have different goals this year, because as you move forward with your business, your goals shift and grow just as you do. Sandy says, real reason I'm not on videos because I'm not wearing pants. Yes, you are my people. But we accept you, even if you're not wearing pants. So what I wanted to do is I just wanted to give you guys kind of a brief recap of what was talked about at Summit, kind of some of the new things that are coming out. FYI, it's super exciting. Like every month for the rest of 2019 is super exciting. And then why you should come next year and where it is and kind of some of the details on that. So the theme for Summit this year was You Belong Here. And I didn't really think anything of the theme until we got to Indianapolis, and they have like banners across the downtown, and they have posters up of the super trainers and posters like saying welcome coaches, and you go and check in and they celebrate you when you check in, and they really make you feel like you belong here. And the theme carried through to all the speakers, every single one of the speakers, which were amazing, by the way. Rita Hollis was the keynote. She blew the freaking lid off of the Lucas Oil Stadium. It was fantastic. I have a video of part of her speech that I'll post into our page. I posted a little 1-minute one, but she was so phenomenal. And she just said, like, if you are waiting for somebody to give you permission, if you're waiting to feel qualified, you will never feel qualified, and you will never give yourself permission, because at the end of the day, it has to be you doing that for yourself. And you have to just stand up and decide it's you. She literally has a high school diploma. That's it. And runs like multi-million-dollar companies, plural, and is the face of 6 books. She's like the keynote speaker at Summit, which should speak to itself. But the theme of You Belong Here was evident in all the different speakers' speeches. And I wish I could describe a feeling to you guys, but it just felt like home. Like it just felt like what tribe is supposed to feel like. And it really made me realize that, Team Beachbody isn't just this like massive, huge company. Like it is. There are a couple 100,000 coaches for sure, but at the end of the day, like we are this community moving forwards on this movement with this mission of just helping people live healthier, more fulfilling lives. When it starts with us, helping yourself live a healthier, more fulfilling life, using the programs, using the nutritional products, plugging into the community, offering the coach opportunity. Like this isn't just challenge packs and Success Club points and Worgo programs. This is legitimate life-changing shit. And you could really feel it when you were there. It just was like, hey, you belong here, and you are making an impact by being here and by offering this to other people. So that was super cool. One of the biggest overarching themes for Summit 2 was be you, do you, and have fun. Because I think it's so easy to get caught up in the metrics. It's so easy to get caught up in goals. And while goals are super important, vision is super important. If you're not being true to who you are, if you're not having fun, and if you're not doing it your way that's going to serve your life and the season you're in, what's the point? For somebody with children, it's going to look different than me. For somebody who travels a lot for work, it's going to look different than somebody who doesn't. So just whatever season you're in right now in your life, like make this business work for you in the pockets of time that you have. Okay. Another thing that was talked about was doing what's maintainable for you so that you can stay consistent. I see this happening so often, and myself included. I got caught up in it too, where you procrastinate your power hour for like 3 weeks, we'll say, if we're being honest, right? Like for like about 3 weeks, you like don't do much. You post on social media, but you're not really sending invites, and you're like, oh yeah, totally, I'm working, but you're just scrolling and comparing yourself to other coaches and posting on social media, right? Not doing invites, which is literally the only thing that moves your business forward, is connecting with people and inviting them. And then at like week 3, you're like, oh shit, I should hit Success Club. Right, I forgot about that. So you like send out this like blast a bunch of invites. You post about like doing a giveaway. Your messaging is like a little bit like a little bit of tension in your messaging on your social media posts. And like, we're humans, like people can feel energy. You know, when I put up a post that's heated with a lot of energy, people can feel that. And so you really want to be mindful that you want to do the things that you're able to maintain consistently versus just trying to do a whole bunch all at once and then getting so burnt out that you don't touch it for 3 weeks. Does that make sense? So like, instead of setting a goal of like, I'm going to set 100 invites this week, like just send 5 every single day. And don't take any days off. Just literally send 5 every single day, because you are so much better served by sending 5 invites every single day and adding 5 new friends every single day than you are by sending 100 invites and then burning out and not doing anything for 3 weeks. The consistency piece is so massive. And I took that away because I found myself even comparing myself to other leaders in the company. And I see the Kate Schultes and I see Sydney, what's her last name? Powers. And they send like 60 invites a day. And I'm like, that's excessive. To me, that doesn't do it. I don't do well with that, you know, because I like making the really deep connections. I like having awesome conversations with people. And so for me, a really healthy number that I can stay consistent with is really truly connecting with 20 new people a day. And your number might be 3, but you just damn well got to show up and do the thing, right? You can't sit there and expect to have the results if you're not doing the thing. And so find a number for yourself that feels good, still pushes you a little bit, you know, because you don't want to get complacent, but find a number that feels good for you. If you're like, yo, I got 30 minutes a day to commit to this business, sweet. You probably only have time to add 5 new friends, thank 5 people for liking your post yesterday, and connecting with 5 new people. And if you just do that every single day, you're going to have conversations, you're going to have people joining you, you're going to have follow-ups. You just have to trust that it's a little bit of a longer game if you invite the smaller numbers, and that's okay too. Okay. Another thing that came up that was super helpful, that I just was a really good reminder I wanted to bring back, was to make social media your experiment. I think a lot of the times algorithms shift or things change on social media, and we really need to adapt, and it can be super frustrating. And instead of treating it like the opportunity that it is, we treat it as though it's a hindrance, you know, but social media is a free platform. It's free. So we have to play by the rules of whatever that platform dictates. And instead of getting all hung up on what worked now, like in the past doesn't work now, or I don't know if it's captions or hashtags or stories or IgLive. I don't know what's working. Make it your experiment and just play and just test it out. You know, try posting about different things. See what resonates with your specific audience. Like for me, when I post stuff about nutrition or anxiety or mental health or like mindfulness and meditation stuff, like those are the posts for me that get the most traction. Versus when I post something fitness, like people don't really care. They're like, sweet Marie, you work out. Great. You know, but when I post about like having panic attacks or an autoimmune disease, that's when people listen, because they're like, yeah, me too. What do you have to say on this? So really just like test your audience and post about the things that are true for you. Make social media your experiment. If you feel like it's not working right now, pivot, right? Pivot, try something new, try some different hashtags, try some different filters, try some different ways of telling your story in your captions. Do like a meal share Thursday or motivation Monday, transformation Tuesday, like whatever's going to work for you to make you excited. For me personally, whenever I take social media too seriously, I just remind myself to treat it like a visual journal. I'm like, this is my visual journal. I just have fun with it and show up and share what I would want to see. And when I do that and I'm like lit up with joy and I'm excited about what I'm sharing on social media, literally those are the days when I have people messaging me being like, hey, so I've been watching you for like a year or 3 and I think I want to join. But on the days when I'm forcing it or I'm comparing myself and my energy is low and I'm like, not really sure if this is going to be an okay post, those are the days when it's just crickets. So just, you have to like infuse it with that like trust and belief and joy, and just like show up as yourself, as bright and shiny as you, because you are unique. There was one workshop that I got to go to. It was a leadership workshop, and Bonnie Engel talked about eliciting emotions, and you want to elicit good hormones, not bad hormones on your social media. And what she went into was, when you look at your social media, like go do an audit after this call. When you look at your social media, does it elicit stress? You know, does it elicit that you're tired, that you're struggling? Or does your social media elicit like, hey, I'm killing it, I'm motivated, I'm determined, I'm happy, I'm joyful, I'm connected, you know? So really just look and be like, oh, maybe my posts are like kind of eliciting stress for people. Why would somebody want to join me if I'm always posting about being tired and stressed? They might not. And not to say that you don't share about the hard times, but you spin it to win it, right? Like if you're having a hard day, spin it to win it. Hey, I'm having a hard day. Here's what I did. I pressed play, drank Energize, had a workout. I'm feeling a lot better now. Is today perfect? No, but I did this in order to get to a better place mentally than I was before my workout. So that's how you spin it to win it. Your picture on social media, you guys already know this, but just to reiterate, your picture, your photo on social media is a scroll stopper. So just make sure that you're using like light and bright and captivating photos. And then your caption, that's where you get to go into storytelling. That's when you get to share however much of your story as you want to. And it just kept coming up over and over and over again at Summit, that the darkest, like deepest stories that you are holding inside of you and not letting out, that's the key to your business succeeding. Because when you start sharing that kind of stuff, first of all, it sets you free. I totally approve of this. I shared about my sexual assault last fall, and it was like, just like weight off my shoulders. I'm telling you, it felt so good to just put that out there. And so many people can be impacted by that in a positive way, and they will message you and they'll say, thank you for sharing your truth. Like nobody else does. I feel like I'm alone. Now I don't feel like I'm alone because I know you went through something similar. So, and it doesn't have to be something crazy, but everybody has a story and everybody has hard seasons. Okay. This one really stuck with me. So I wanted to bring it back to you because I feel like we're probably all very similar. Leadership is about impact, not ranks or titles. Leadership is about impact, not ranks or titles. And while I will be the first to say that if you are wanting to build a successful coaching business, you 100% want to push for diamond to 2-star. I would say 2-star is like a really solid goal to shoot for because you get to open up your second business center and it serves you really well. After that 2-star spot, after that diamond spot, even for some people, like some people just want to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a week and help a few people a month, and that's great. And some people want to build a full-time income, and that's great. But your leadership is not determined by you being a 2-star diamond coach versus an emerald coach, because leadership is based on impact, and you can impact people without having that rank. And you are impacting people if you're showing up and loving them and hosting a challenge group every month and reaching out and inviting people and following up and listening to their needs. Like you are having a positive impact, whether you recognize that or not. So I thought that was really beautiful. And then the other piece of that is, if you want to be a leader, you have to lead yourself first and foremost. You cannot lead other people if you are not leading yourself first and being a leader in your own life. So get really honest with yourself. Are you committing to morning meltdown? Why not? Is it because you're like, I don't really want to spend the $74, not really sure. Like, are you committed to PD right now? Are you committed to drinking Shakeology every single month, or have you delayed it? Are you committed, are you committed to being in it to win it? Are you committed to helping other people? It's really, really important. You have to lead yourself first. For me personally, this was such an eye-opener because I still have health stuff that I need to deal with. And for me to deal with that, I need to make my health my number one priority. And in order to do that, I need to eat more regularly. I don't eat as regularly as I should. I need to set some boundaries and not work as much as I have been. So those are two things that I'm really focused on moving forwards. Yours might be totally different, but for me, if I want to be my best, most badass, lit up self possible, those are the things that I need to focus on. So what are your things that you need to focus on? The question came up, how do I find working coaches? Right? Is this something that anybody has ever asked themselves? Have you guys ever asked this? Where do I find working coaches? You ready for this? This is where. You find quality people and then you develop them. That's where you find them. You look for quality people who jive with your vibe. You get them set up with the program and nutritional supplements and support that they need wherever stage they're at in their life. And you support the shit out of them to develop them into people who can be ambassadors for what Beachbody stands for. That's how you find working coaches. I 9.5 times out of 10 recruit coaches based on people who have done programs with me prior, because it's really hard to convert somebody to coach when they don't even know what it looks like to be in a challenge group, or what Shakeology can do for their digestion, or why Energize is so freaking amazing, or how proud you can be after finishing 80 days of session. They don't know that yet. They don't know the ins and outs. They don't know the tribe and the culture that is Team Beachbody. So it's hard to convert people that aren't. It's not impossible, but it's hard. So find quality people and develop them. All right. With that, are you using the Morning Meltdown 100 launch right now? Because if you're not using the launch right now, why the hell not? This program is going to be so lit. I don't know if you guys have done any of the mini meltdown workouts. I did Total Body Badass today and it killed me. It was 17 minutes and somehow I died. And I was like, okay, Yep. I see you, Jericho, and I raise you, sweating. Like I was just sweating everywhere. You know, when like your wrists are sweating? That was me today with a 17-minute workout. So use the morning meltdown launch here. And I'm imploring you to use it because we're rounding up into the fall season. And in the fall season, this is the excuse you're going to get. I'm too busy. It's back to school. I'm too busy. It's back to school. I can't. My kids are going back to school. I'm going back to university. I'm too busy. You're going to get that excuse. And everybody's too busy. But who is too busy for 20 to 30 minutes of a workout? They spend 20 to 30 minutes scrolling Instagram first thing in the morning anyways, right? There are no excuses for this program. And the challenge packs are $20 off this month. And it comes with everything you need, you know, and we have a huge group doing it all together. Like there's no reason for people not to love them, support them, get them in your group. Use Morning Meltdown as your opportunity to totally launch your business, totally impact more people. And you start that by committing yourself first. So if you've been on the wall, if you're like, not really sure if I'm going to do that program, go into our team page, look at all the materials, watch a couple of the videos, and then just decide, you know what, I'm going to go all in for 100 days and just see what could happen in 100 days. I'm just going to see what could happen. I'm just going to open my mind to the potential that my life could change if I was just 100% open and 100% committed for 100 days. Let's just see what happens. I'm treating it like an experiment. I'm going to see if I can triple my business by going 100 days all in, committed, no matter what. And I bet you I will, because 100 days is a significant amount of time. Showing up on social media for 100 days and accomplishing that task, like that's a big deal. And for people to watch that and to follow that journey over 100 days, you know that there's going to be a lot of people that are like, okay, I see you traveled for 4 weeks to Europe and you still did this program. You went to BC and you still did this program. You still got to enjoy patio drinks. You still got to eat barbecue, summer food. Like, you know, people need to see that you live your life through this. Lots of the test group participants moved, bought houses, had babies, were pre and postpartum. Spouses were deployed. Like there was life that happened. Jericho just kept saying, like, this program happens during your life. It's not like before or after. It's not a 21-day thing where you do it and it's the perfect timing. It's 100 days of life, and it's something that you can implement into your life. And because it goes so well with either Ultimate Portion Fix or To Be Mindset, it's a shoo-in. Anybody that you've talked to or that you've had do either of those nutrition programs, message them and be like, hey, do you want to do this workout program? It's 20 to 30 minutes, and it literally has a meal plan tailored with the nutrition program that you already love. Do you want to do it with us? It's going to be great. So that's that. Okay, moving quickly here. I don't know if you guys got your email, but you should have gotten an email for receiving 3 promo codes for $10 off challenge packs that you can use for 3 customers. That's a freaking awesome thing to have in your back pocket. You can either make a post and be like, hey, I'm giving the next 3 people who commit to doing this Morning Meltdown program with me $10 off. Awesome. Or say you have a conversation with somebody and they express that they're financially a little bit strapped. You can go, you know what? The challenge packs are on the sale this month, but I totally understand. Here's what I'm going to do. I have 3 promo codes. I'm going to give you one of them. It'll save you an extra $10 so you can save on the shipping at the very least. That person's going to be so appreciative. They're going to feel heard. And you are more likely to get that person in by offering that $10 off than you would if you hadn't. Okay, another one. There's a couple of people who share this, but what's her name? Who spoke? Oh my gosh. Rita Hollis. Rachel Hollis used this example and she was like, this is totally biblical, but I'm going to get biblical on you all for a second. Actually, she said y'all because she's totally Southern. And she talked about when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You guys know that reference? She talked about walking through this valley. And she's like, when you walk through that valley, like you are coming up against some resistance. You are feeling the heat. You are feeling like you're stuck. You are feeling like this isn't what I wanted. I asked for this other thing. And then meanwhile, like God, universe, source, whatever you believe in is like, yo, I'm giving you this challenge so you can grow into the person in order to achieve and experience the things that you asked for. Like, here's your gift. It's the tough stuff. You have to go through it in order to get to this next place. And she talked about this valley and she's like, at the end of the valley, there's always a hill. Always. But you cannot get to that hill until you keep putting steps in front of the other and get to that base of the hill and walk yourself up out of that valley. And then when Ashley Molsa gave her top coach speech, she talked about it, you know, and she said, she was like, I was in the deepest, darkest valley of my life. I almost committed suicide, you know, and if I wouldn't have walked step by step by step out of that valley and up that hill, she said, if you feel like you're going uphill and it's hard, you're going the right direction, keep going. And I loved that because it's so true. If you feel like it's going to be easy, it's not going to be easy. And that sucks to hear for some people. But for me, I hear that, I'm like, good. I don't want it to be easy because nothing worth having ever is, right? The best things in my life, you guys, the sweetest things, getting to stand on that stage for our team as a 2019 elite team and having Boomerang Wellness literally up and shining lights. It was so meaningful to me because going elite last year, like, damn near killed me. It was very stressful. It was a really hard goal that our team rallied for, and a lot of pieces had to come together for that to happen. It's totally a team goal. It's not just a me thing. It was a we thing. And I was so proud of having our team name up and shining lights because of what it took to get to that spot. It was so much more meaningful because of that. Okay, Kim Fitzpatrick asked 2 questions that were really, really powerful. I want you to write them down. If you ever need to do a gut check with yourself, ask yourself these questions. Number 1, did the activities I did today serve my tomorrow? Did the activities I did today serve my tomorrow? Hi, Liam. A little sweetie with his tongue. And number 2 is, would I want to join my team based on how I showed up today? Would I want to join my team based on how I showed up today? Did the activities I did today serve my tomorrow? And would I want to join my team based on how I showed up today? She shared those and I thought, damn, that's so good. That is such a gut check leveling 2 questions, because there are days when it's so easy to fall into the, well, where are the people? This is so hard. And yet you haven't even done your workout yet or read PD yet or invited people or shown up with as much integrity as you could, with as much passion and enthusiasm as you could. So what a good gut check to do. Did I show up today the way I want to attract people to? And did my today serve my tomorrow? Because what you do today will actually honestly serve your business in 3 to 6 months from now. The people you talk to today probably won't join you for 3 to 6 months. That's why it's so important to always talk to new people every single day, because as you do that, people start to come back around. They hit that 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to whatever month mark, and they go, okay, now I'm ready. I've seen you. I've been watching you for the last couple of months. Now I'm ready to join your group. So right now, the invites you're sending right now, people will probably join Morning Meltdown, or they won't, and they're going to wait until January when the new bar program comes out, and they're going to be like, okay, now I'm ready, because you stayed in contact with me, you kept following up, you kept showing up on social media, you didn't give up, you didn't flake, you're still doing it, now I'm ready. So it's super, super important. Okay, couple last things. I can't remember, it was a motivational, she was a classic pianist, and she spoke while she played the piano. It was so cool. And then she rapped at the end, super motivational. And she said one of the biggest issues that she sees with people who are setting goals is they set a goal, but they don't set a date with that goal. They don't set a deadline, and for everything else in our life, there's a deadline. Like, hey, you got a parking ticket? You must pay this parking ticket by the 27th of the month, or else there's a penalty. Hey, you want to go to this school? You must apply to get into this school by this date. Hey, you're having a child? Here's when you need to get your checkup done. Otherwise, you're shit out of luck. Everything has dates. Everything has deadlines in our lives. And so why would this be any different? It's not, so when you set your goals for yourself, when you set your goals with coaching, have a little reality check with yourself and ask yourself, okay, are the goals that I've set for myself in the next 6 months, number 1, are they attainable? Or am I just saying I'm going to go number 3 in the company in 6 months? No, that's not going to happen, right? You have to make sure that you set these goals that are attainable, but yet also push you enough out of your comfort zone that you have to work for them. I envision our team at the end of this year, and I'll just speak it out loud because I think it's so important to speak your vision out loud as well. I envision our team being a solid ass 8-star diamond team with multiple star diamonds. What does that do? That tells me that what I'm doing is duplicable, and also that people on our team are achieving significant income weekly and helping make a bigger impact by building bigger teams, by being confident enough to go off on their own and do that kind of stuff. So for me, that's a really meaningful goal. Yours might be totally different. Actually, I hope that everybody has a goal of diamonds so I can have you guys all in Penticton next summer. That would be super fun for us to all drink wine together, but just side note, there's that. So what's your vision? What's your date? Set your goals and set deadlines with your goals, and just make sure you work backwards. If your goal, for example, is to become a Success Club All-Star, well, you have to hit Success Club 5 every month for 12 months in order to achieve that thing. So any goal that you're going to set with coaching, it doesn't have to be Success Club. It doesn't have to be that. It could be, I want to help 10 people with anything every single month, and it could be like 7 3-month pods and 1 bag of Shakeology and 2 challenge packs. Whatever your goals are, stick with those. Okay, last 2, I'll share what they shared at Summit, and then I'll talk about next year. The second last thing is run challenge groups that you're excited about. If you're not excited about being in the challenge group, why would people want to join you for that challenge group? I know that sounds so simple, but I'll give you an example. For me, it's been so challenging running the Boomerang movement group because I feel like it's hard to get going. I feel like there's not a lot of momentum in there. And sometimes I find myself being like, damn, like, why isn't this group, I've run some like badass challenge groups in my day. Why isn't this group thriving? Well, Marie, I'm not in there all the time. All my energy isn't in that group. My energy is in a different challenge group that I'm running that month. So of course the people are going to be where my energy is. So if you want to host a group, be all in on that group and just run a group that you would be excited to share about, that you'd be excited to invite to. Our Morning Meltdown group that is open to everybody on our team if you want to be a part of it. Morgan Rieger, Ginny, Scroggins, Brittany Helko and I are going to run that group, and we're shutting off the wall. So it's not just going to be a whole bunch of random people posting in there. It's going to be one daily quality post. Everybody can comment on that post, and we're going to have a live video every week. So it's going to be really value-packed, really informational, educational, and connective in the way that people can comment on the daily post, but can't just and sometimes you get the same person throwing up the same selfie every single day for your group. It's not going to be that. So I just wanted to reassure you guys, if you were like, it's going to be a really big group, I don't know if I want to put my people in there. It's going to be badass. Let me just tell you that. It's going to be a badass freaking group, super valuable. So really excited about that. Focus on your impact, not just the income. For me, I know when I just focus on numbers, if I focus on income and Success Club and volume, I get small and my creativity kind of goes away. But if I focus on my overall vision of just making the biggest, baddest freaking impact possible on as many women who used to be like me as possible, I get can you see? I literally went like this, my shoulders open up. I get open and creative and expansive, and that is magnetic. People will be magnetized to your energy when you show up in that way. Finally, use your business activity tracker. Use a simple tracker, whatever you want to use that's going to be simple for you. For me, my tracker literally just says make 20 connections, invite 20 people, follow-ups, answer your inbox, schedule your posts in your group. It's very simple, but I have to do it every single day. The consistency piece is everything. So a few things that were really exciting that were shared. You guys, the last 6 months here of 2019 are going to be dope. I don't even have another word for it. There is something new coming every single month for the last 6 months. So if you want any excuse or reason to make a bigger impact, make a bigger income, grow your team, grow your business, help more people, get set up with more things, it's now, literally right now. Starting with Morning Meltdown, yesterday launched. Okay, so Morning Meltdown is out right now. It's $20 off challenge packs. Super, super stoked about that program. We start on the 29th and we're going to go for the 100 days. It's going to be awesome. We'll probably do a couple registration rounds in there, every 20 days. I know it's a new phase, so you can not be worried about, what should I invite to in between? You can still invite to people doing that program. They'll just start once you've already started. It's not a big deal. At the end of August, fingers crossed, we get collagen. They just needed Health Canada's check mark. Everything is ready to go. They said that we've got the stickers on it and everything. We're ready to send it to you. We literally just need Health Canada to give us the go ahead. So that should come through ASAP. Super, super excited about the collagen product. In September, vegan pumpkin spice is coming back. I don't know if you guys drank it last year, but it was so good. I actually just bought one of Carly's boxes and drank it last month. And I was like, Christmas, it's Christmas. It's so good. September 30th, The Work comes out. It's a 6-week program made by NBA trainer Amal. I can't remember his last name. And it's got explicit language in it, which I'm actually really excited about. And it's going to be hard. So just for anybody that it'll come out as soon as the first 100 days of Morning Meltdown finish. It's going to be epic and intense and will probably relate to another audience, an audience of people who want to sweat, who want to work hard. Maybe you have some males in your life that have been like, I don't want to do 21 Day Fix, even though 21 Day Fix is fantastic for males and females. This might be a really good opportunity for you to get the males in your life or even your friends' spouses and that kind of thing in on Beachbody programs with this. In November, Peppermint Mocha Shakeology comes out. Holla holla. In December, plant-based beach bars come out. Woo! I've been waiting for this for a long time. I haven't ever tried a beach bar, you guys. You don't understand. Literally never had one. I sell them, but I've never been able to eat them. And Brandon always like wags his. He's like, it's so delicious. And then finally in January, the new big program that's coming out in January is a bar program, BARRE. And I'm so excited about this. It's a no workout. It's a no equipment, low impact, awesome like bar and Pilates style workout. And the beautiful thing about this is that previously when somebody comes to me and they're like, yo, I have really bad knees, I need something low impact, I've always suggested PiYo. But you don't have to just suggest PiYo now. You have the whole yoga library. You have this new bar program coming out. You have PiYo if you want to. You have there's lots of different options for people who need low impact. And there's a huge market for people who want to do bar workouts. Like bar studios are popping up all over the place. You guys have probably seen, just like spin studios. People literally pay $18 a class. So for you to be able to offer $100 for the entire year is bananas. It's literally bananas. Okay, a couple more things and then I will open it up for a minute or two of questions. If you have questions now, just put them in the chat so I can address them before we get cut off in 4 minutes. So Summit 2020, I don't know if any of that like spoke to you. I don't know if any of that made sense to you about why Summit is so important, but for me, it's always a non-negotiable. You know, this will be my 5th summit coming up in New Orleans. And for me, without fail, every single time I go, we experience it. I spend a little bit of money. And in a season of like, it might be a stretch for some people on a visa. And every single time we go without fail, my business blows up. Every single time. And every single time we go, I'm reminded, I'm like, oh yeah, it's me showing up that makes all the difference. Because if I just half-ass, if I just kind of sort of show up, I kind of sort of get results. But when I go all in, I get all in results. And that's exactly what happens every time I come back from Summit. I'm reminded of these things. It helps to heal me and grow me. I recognize pieces of my business that I might need to work on. It's just so helpful. Plus you guys, like having margarita parties and listening to Rita Hollis, and there's fireworks that go off and like celebrity trainer workouts, and the super workout is 20,000 people in the streets at 6 a.m. Like it's magic. It's just literally magic. You have to experience it at least once. Just, you have to. So Summit 2020 next year is in New Orleans, which is super exciting. And there's a whole bunch of us going already. So I really, really hope that you'll come because it's going to be a big deal. We're going to have a big group of us there, big party. You can go to coachsummit.com to look at everything. You can look at the agenda. You can look at the lodging. You can get your tickets there. Brand and I already bought our tickets. We already booked our hotel. The hotel blocks opened up today for everybody to book. If you aren't seeing a hotel that you want to book at, you can also just keep watching because it's showing up in real time. So they might flux. And yeah, I was speaking to a coach on our team today and she was like, you know what? I don't know that I've like earned it to go to Summit yet. I don't feel like I've done enough in my business. And I was like, you can't think about it like that. Think about it like this is the skin in the game that I'm going to put down and I'm going to make it so that a year from now, my business will have progressed. My business will have advanced a year from now. And I guarantee if you buy yourself a Summit ticket and you book that hotel, you're going to work your butt off to be able to pay for that from your Beachbody income. So anyways, I'm totally going to get cut off. But if you guys have any questions at all, put them in the chat. And I'm happy to answer them. It was amazing. I don't know what else to tell you guys. Summit is amazing. It is like, I was just thinking, I was like, as a teacher, you're like, you have to go to PD days. You know, like most workplaces are like, yeah, you should go to this conference for further learning. There is nothing like Summit. It's like the Grammys meets fitness, meets no sleep, meets a whole bunch of Energize for like 4 days mixed in with margaritas. It's just a great time. And I really hope you guys will come next year. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, awesome, Britt. I'm glad. Yeah, and if you guys want, I'll post some more. We'll put up an album of pictures from Summit into the team page so you can kind of look and see like what to expect and post some little video clips and stuff. But just know that you should come. You belong here, right? Like you do, you legitimately belong here. You're part of this team. You're part of this tribe. We're doing big things. We are going. This train is moving. If you want to be on it, come with us. That's my invite to you. So I love you guys all. And I hope you have a fantastic Wednesday night. I hope you dive into Morning Meltdown and use the launch. And I can't wait to see all of you reach big goals and go for diamonds so we can all go to Penticton together next summer. Awesome. Okay, bye.